Yellowstone explosion, when magma rises from the Earth's core. On the surface, Yellowstone looks like paradise. Serene forests, clear flowing rivers, and geysers dancing skyward. But deep beneath this beauty lies the most terrifying force on the planet. The Yellowstone supervolcano, a sleeping giant that could unleash a geological apocalypse. Yellowstone is no ordinary national park. It sits atop one of the world's largest and most active volcanic systems. A supervolcano is a type of giant volcano capable of spewing more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic material in a single eruption. For comparison, the 1815 eruption of Mount Tambora, which caused the year without a summer, only ejected about 160 cubic kilometers of material. Yellowstone's last eruption occurred about 640,000 years ago. It formed a giant caldera, a basin 70 kilometers wide. Remains of previous eruptions were also found, one about 1.3 million years ago, and another about 2.1 million years ago. With this incredibly long time frame, a big question arises. Will Yellowstone erupt again? And if so, when? In recent years, geological activity in Yellowstone has increased. Small earthquakes occur almost weekly, sometimes reaching hundreds in a single month. In 2025, the world was shocked by the sudden eruption of a geothermal pool called Black Diamond Pool. This eruption was not caused by magma, but by the pressure of superheated gas and water. But for scientists, it was a sobering reminder that Yellowstone is on the move. The world's tallest geyser, Steamboat Geyser, is also showing extraordinary activity. It's erupting more frequently, higher, and more powerfully than usual. Is this just regular geothermal activity, or are there signs that magma is beginning to move upward? If Yellowstone erupted on the scale of a supervolcano today, the world would face one of the greatest disasters in human history. The eruption would spew ash tens of kilometers into the atmosphere, spreading as far as the east coast of the United States in just a few days. Cities like Denver, Salt Lake City, even Chicago, could be buried in a thick layer of volcanic ash. Airports would be paralyzed. Global flights would be disrupted. Rivers and lakes would be polluted. Millions of people would be forced to evacuate. Even more frightening, volcanic ash would block sunlight. Global temperatures could drop by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. This would trigger a volcanic winter, causing crop failures, mass starvation, and global economic instability. With just one eruption, Yellowstone could change the course of human history. While it sounds dire, scientists emphasize there are no signs that a super eruption is imminent. Yellowstone is monitored 24 hours a day by agencies like the USGS and the Yellowstone Volcano Observatory. They monitor ground deformation, gas emissions, and earthquake activity. Satellites also record every tiny change on the Earth's surface. To date, there is no definitive evidence that magma is rising in large quantities. But researchers agree, Yellowstone is an active system, and that means all possibilities remain open. In the most likely scenario, Yellowstone will continue to exhibit small eruptions and geysers, not a deadly super eruption. Yellowstone remains a symbol of natural beauty and incredible geological power. It teaches us that the Earth is not just a place to live, but a living being that constantly moves, breathes, and sometimes explodes. Whether it's in 1,000 years or 100,000 years, Yellowstone will surely erupt again. And when that day comes, humanity must be ready, because from within the earth, a giant will rise. It's not a question of if, but when. Today, Yellowstone once again captured the attention of scientists. In the past 48 hours, more than 40 micro-earthquakes were recorded shaking the Norris Geyser Basin area. Steamboat Geyser, the world's tallest geyser, erupted again, spewing a 90-meter plume. This is the 15th eruption of 2025. This eruption is not dangerous, but it's enough to indicate that pressure is building up underground. NASA satellites also recorded slight uplifts in several spots, a sign that something is moving within the Earth. Is this a sign that Yellowstone is about to erupt? Experts say, not necessarily. Yellowstone is an active geothermal system. Small earthquakes and geyser eruptions are part of the natural cycle. Still, any new activity is closely monitored. The USGS maintains that Yellowstone's alert level remains at normal, but they also emphasize major eruptions can happen without much warning. So every bit of data is crucial. If Yellowstone erupts, there are two scenarios. First, a small eruption of hot mud or steam, which can happen every decade. Second, a rare scenario, a supervolcano eruption. This could spread ash thousands of kilometers and change the global climate. But such a large eruption is extremely rare. What's more likely in the near future is increased surface activity. Today, Yellowstone remains quiet. But quiet doesn't mean sleeping. It's a geological giant, one that could stir, sound a warning, or explode at any moment. And our job is to stay alert, keep learning, and listen to the voice of the Earth.